Breastfeeding is so old-fashioned, you know. It's what our grannies used to do.
Yes, it is. But so is sex. But that didn't seem to stop you or have bothered you.
I heard it hurts.
So does sex, if you don't do it properly. But you seem to have been quite happy to try and perfect that.
I heard it makes your breast sag.
No, darling. Gravity makes your breast sag. Look at old lady Queenie. She never had any children, and her breasts hang past her knees.
That's true. And if she didn't wear a bra, she would trip over them.
If she didn't wear a bra, everyone would trip over them. Can you imagine? In a few months, you could be wearing this.
Oh, please, man. Just because I'm pregnant doesn't mean I have to wear a tent. Our mothers and grannies may not have had a choice, but these days we have some nice, fashionable clothes we can wear up until we're in labor ward. Oh, I'm so confused, you know.
What? About which top to choose? I like the red one.
No, man. I mean, about becoming a mother. Everything about me is changing. My body, my future, the way people look at me. And if my father comes near me wearing that Old Spice deodorant, I swear I'm going to throw up all over him. You know, my brother thinks I'm moody, and I just think
He's exactly right. When my sister fell pregnant, everything smelled bad to her. And we had to change from Dove soap to green salad soap. Plus, she couldn't stand the smell of coffee.
I heard it causes your nipples to invert.
What? Coffee?
No, man. Breastfeeding.
If you believe that, then why didn't you stop your boyfriend?
Oh, please, that was different. And plus, how would you know what my boyfriend and I did?
How? My dorm room was right next to your dorm room. I heard pretty much everything you and your boyfriend did. Sometimes, everyone in the entire dorm heard what you and your boyfriend are doing.
Please, we were very discreet.
Yeah, right. As discreet as a big bump you're carrying around the front.
Don't listen to her, my precious. She's telling lies about your mummy. I'm going to do it. I'm going to breastfeed my little one.
What? You're going to do it?
Yes.
After everything that you just said?
Yes, the clinic said it will be good for my baby. Less diarrhea, less vomiting, and it will also help with my baby's brain development.
Breastfeeding helps with the baby's brain development?
Yes, it's also helped me lose weight.
Breastfeeding helps you lose weight?
Yes. I mean, let's be serious. I don't want to walk around looking like this for the rest of my life. I'm huge, like a whale. No offense, my precious, but mommy has to look attractive so then she can get you a new daddy if this one doesn't come back.
I told you he was trouble.
No, you didn't. You said, yo, if you don't grab this one, I will. That's what you said.
I did, didn't I? He just looked so hot that night at the party. Oh.
Yeah, too hot. That's how we ended up in this situation.
Have you heard from him? Since you told him?
Yes, he said he was going to visit me this weekend. In fact, he should have been here already. He said there were some things he needed to discuss with me.
Oh, discuss.
Yeah, discuss. You know, my experience of discussing has never been good.
Neither has mine.
Discussing normally means I'm not a girlfriend.
Or wife.
Or maybe his family wants him to focus on his studies now.
Or his mother does not approve of him seeing anymore. It's always the mother. Oh.
Whatever. That's why I'm going to breastfeed my baby. I'm going to be hot. My baby is going to be beautiful, healthy, and clever. And he will be sorry.
Yeah, he will be sorry.
What's the matter with this place? All these TV cameras watching you to make sure you don't steal, but there's nobody to help you. No, you will think they'll want you to be able to find what is it you want so that you can buy it. Instead, they just hide it. Okay, which one am I supposed to get here? No, you will think this is very simple enough, but it isn't. No wonder women can spend the whole day shopping. I just want to buy one thing and I am confused. Okay. This one says it is enriched with vitamins. This one says it is packed full of protein and calcium. Calcium. This one says it is packed full of goodness and all the things a growing child needs. If you ask me, they all sound like they are packed full of... But which one am I supposed to get? Hey, Mr. TV camera, which one is the best? Hello? Mr. TV camera, which one is the best here?
Well, what does it say on the tin?
Oh, sorry, what?
I said, what does it say on the tin?
How do you mean? All this tin tells you in a very complicated way. It's what the formula milk for babies is made of.
Ah, but the tin also tells you which milk is best for babies. There. What does that say?
It says that breast milk is best for babies.
This tin of formula milk says that breast milk is what's best for your child. So, do you still want to buy the tin of formula milk that says actually it's not as good as breast milk?
No, I don't.
What about that tin?
It says that breastfeeding is best for babies.
Do you think you're going to find a pair of breasts in this tin?
Of course not.
So if you can't breastfeed with the tin, and the tin tells you that breastfeeding is what's best for your child, do you still want to buy it?
No. When you put it like that, no, I don't. But wait. See, all these things say the same thing. They all say that breastfeeding and breast milk is best for babies.
Well, that's because it's true. So, what are you going to do now?
Well, obviously, I'm not going to buy any of this stuff. But what do I get for my girlfriend now?
What do you mean?
Well, besides getting chocolates for her, I remember I must get something for the baby. My firstborn.
Oh.
Some of the guys who I work part-time said I should buy a few tins of formula milk. It will impress my girlfriend and her family and show them how serious I am about being a father. Now, what do I get?
Oh, I don't know. Nappies. Get lots and lots of nappies. The good ones that don't leak. That's what I got my wife when she had our child.
Oh, so you have your own child? No, I was wondering how men knew all this information about breastfeeding and breast milk. So how old is the little one?
He's 18 months old now, but we almost lost him.
Oh, sorry.
He was born premature. They gave him formula, but he didn't take to it well. See, baby stomachs are very sensitive and, well, he suffered. The nurses and the doctor said if we were able to get him breast milk, he probably wouldn't have suffered so much. But no one we knew, our friends, our family, could help us. I mean, you can't walk up to a woman you don't know with a spare cup and ask her for some spare breast milk, can you?
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
It would cause a lot of trouble.
Yes, it probably would. But just imagine if we could. My baby probably wouldn't have suffered so much.
Just imagine if we could ask strangers for breast milk. How many babies would we save?
Come, my darling. If you don't latch properly, you're going to breathe in too much air, and then you have bad wind. Then none of us will get any sleep.
Where is he? Where is my little angel? Oh, there you are. What a good-looking boy you are. Hey.
Yes, he's so handsome, just like his father.
His father. Your husband. The man who is too cheap to buy his child formula milk.
Mother, my man is not cheap. How many cows did he pay for my lobola, hey? It's just that we don't believe in feeding our baby formula milk. Besides being very expensive, it's not as nutritious as breast milk.
Oh, really? Well, it didn't do you any harm. You turned out healthy.
Yes, I did. But what about my brother? I remember all those times he kept on getting diarrhea. And what about all those allergies?
I did the best I could. It was not easy.
Shh. You will wait a little one.
It was not easy being a domestic work. Having to raise a family. Your father was on the mines and could only visit once a year. How was I supposed to breastfeed you? I was at work and I couldn't bring you word. Not in those days. The madam would have fired me. We didn't have the CCMA and maternity leave then.
I'm not blaming you, Mother. We understand how difficult it was raising us. And we all appreciate the sacrifices that you made. But things are different now. We have more choices. Ouch!
He's biting you because you are disrespecting you.
He's not biting me, Mother. He's just not latched on properly. He's being distracted by all the loud noises.
Well, if you have so many choices, why don't you just choose the bottle? It will be less painful and I could help you.
Childbirth was painful, Mother. This is nothing. And besides, I told you, formula milk is very expensive and not as nutritious as breast milk.
This is the government's fault. Those chimgo, they won't pay for formula milk, so then they have these excuses about being a breastfeeding nation. Breast is best, breast is best. Yeah, for them.
But it's true, Mother, breast is best.
But yesterday it wasn't. Yesterday it was all about the stopping of HIV and formula milk feeding. Now all of a sudden they don't care if our children get eaten by this monster called HIV.
That's not true, Mother. The government gave out free formula because everyone in the world said that was the best way to stop HIV from being spread from mothers to unborn babies.
I know that. I might be a domestic worker, but I can read newspaper. And if everyone in the world was saying give free formula, why did the government stop giving free formula? Because he's a cheap gogo and wants to buy more fancy cars.
No, Mother. That's because the same South African doctors discovered that if an HIV positive mother takes her HIV medicine and only feeds her baby breast milk for the first 6 months, the HIV is unlikely to be passed on.
HIV is unlikely to be passed on to the child?
Yes, Mother.
I never read that in the paper.
Well, that's because the companies that make and sell formula milk pay the newspapers a lot of money to advertise in them. What did Daddy always say? If there's one thing less trustworthy than a politician, it's a company that is trying to make money from you. And those formula milk companies were making a whole lot of money from us. Then, the same South African doctors discovered that if an HIV positive mother takes her HIV medicine and only feeds her baby breast milk for the first 6 months, the HIV is unlikely to be passed on. And the baby will not be at risk from problems caused by feeding with formula milk.
HIV is unlikely to be passed on to the child.
If an HIV positive mother takes her ARV medicine and only feeds her baby breast milk for the first 6 months, the HIV is unlikely to be passed on.
But you don't have HIV. Why are you breastfeeding? Your husband is a good man and he has a good job. You can pay for formula milk and you can go back to work and I can help feed this one.
It's not just about the money or HIV, Mother. Breast milk really is better than formula milk.
You just don't want me to help raise your child. He's not only your child, you know. He's my grandson too.
Is that what this is about? You want to feed the baby?
Yes. I couldn't feed you. I had to leave you at home with your granny and go to work. All I ever wanted was one day help raise my own grandchildren.
And you can. I only have 4 months maternity leave, and I've already used up this one before he was born, so I'm only left with 3.
Oh, so since you don't have HIV, you don't have to breastfeed him for 6 months.
It is still important to feed your baby breast milk for the first 6 months, even if you don't have HIV, Mother.
But how are you going to breastfeed him for 6 months if you're going back to work in 3 months' time?
I'm going to be breastfeeding him when I'm at home, but when I'm at work, you'll be feeding him with my breast milk.
I don't understand.
I'm going to express milk into containers that can be put in the back of the fridge. They can even be kept up to 3 days in the back of the fridge.
You can do that. The milk won't go off.
Oh, breast milk lasts longer than a bottle of formula milk. It can even be frozen for up to 6 months in the deep freeze. When I go back to work, you will have a fridge and freezer full of breast milk that you can feed your grandson with.
I can feed my grandson. And with your breast milk,
You must feed your grandson only with my breast milk. Remember, no tea, juice, water, or traditional medicine for the first 6 months. All he needs is my breast milk. And then when he turns 6 months old, you can start him on solids and my breast milk.
But why do you want to keep feeding him breast milk even after 6 months?
The longer the baby can have breast milk, the better it is for his brain development and health. I'm going to express milk every day when I go to work and leave it in the back of the fridge.
A fridge full of breast milk. Who would have ever thought I'll be feeding my grandson one day? And with your breast milk. You better mark those bottles. You know how your husband likes drinking milk straight from the bottle when he thinks no one is looking.
That's right. Hello?
Hello?
A nurse?
Doctor?
Anyone?
Oh, I'm sorry. How can I help you?
Oh, hi. We're here for the 14-week immunization. I know we're 3 weeks late, but our baby had a cold.
And I couldn't get off work. But we're here now.
Good, because immunization is important. Right, when did you start the child on solids?
The baby's only 4 months old.
Sorry, sister, but I was talking to the parent. When did you start the child on solids?
We haven't. The baby is only 4 months old.
Is this true, mother? We haven't started the child on solids yet.
My baby's only 4 months old. I'm still breastfeeding him.
Breastfeeding him still at this age? I hope you're at least topping up, supplementing his diet with formula milk.
I'm exclusively breastfeeding my baby.
Just like the nurses at the clinic taught us.
The nurses at this clinic taught you this.
Yes, this is what we were taught at this clinic.
It's part of the Tshwane Declaration that the government made.
Please don't bring politics to this, sister. I don't want to hear about Tshwane Declaration or Communist Manifesto or Freedom Charter. I am a nurse, and I'm here to save lives.
You are not a nurse yet. And breastfeeding saves lives too.
Oh, then why do we have this sick child here? Probably suffering from the malnourishment because of what some gogo nurses taught his parents.
The gogo nurse you're referring to is me, Sister Biel.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sister.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. He's still a student and still got a lot to learn.
No, that's quite all right. You know, Sister Biela taught me that breast milk is the only food and liquid a baby needs for the first 6 months of its life.
No top-ups?
No. Top-ups can cause problems with the baby's stomach. The sister also taught me that...
Taught us, darling. The sister taught us both.
Yes, sorry, my love. The sister also taught us that breast milk helps pass on antibodies from the mother to the child, you know, to help the babies build up their immune systems.
Breast milk helps to build child immune system.
Yeah.
Breastfed babies tend to have fewer and less serious respiratory infections, less diarrhea.
And less vomiting, darling. Don't forget about that.
I didn't forget my sugar. You just interrupted me. When breastfed babies do become ill, they're less likely to become dehydrated and need hospitalization.
Breast milk helps prevent inner ear infections.
Oh, breast milk can also help babies from getting eczema.
Poos.
What?
Poos. Babies who are fed breast milk, their poos don't stink as much.
Oh, yes, yes. Maybe you should have some breast milk.
Sorry, what was that?
Jokes. Breastfed babies tend to have higher IQs in love.
Well, obviously your mother didn't breastfeed you, eh?
Jokes.
You know, mothers who breastfeed tend to lose weight much faster than mothers who don't, and we can see that with you, my love. In fact, I'm sure you're looking much more slender now than when you had baby, eh?
Oh, Bradley.
That's true. I'm sure the neighbors are wondering who this young schoolgirl is and where's my wife.
Stop it. You talk such nonsense.
Of course it's true, my love. You look so good, maybe we should try for number 2, eh? What do you say?
We've been reading up on breast milk and breastfeeding.
We can all see that.
Yeah, that's why we decided to start a support group in our community, you know, to encourage young parents to breastfeed their babies.
Oh, and why is that?
We discovered how difficult it was breastfeeding, especially if you had no support from your family or friends.
Her mother kept calling me a cheapskate because I wouldn't buy tins of formula milk so she could bottle feed our child.
She didn't call you a cheapskate. She was just blaming the government because she didn't understand why they stopped providing free formula milk.
You know, I never did understood that myself. Why did they stop providing free formula milk?
Because doctors in the country discovered that more babies were dying from problem caused by formula milk than were getting HIV. That's why.
Doctors in South Africa discovered this. How come I never heard of this before?
Maybe when you qualify to be a nurse one day you will.
Don't worry. We discovered that a lot of healthcare providers don't know much about breastfeeding and breast milk banks. We have a lot of friends who went to fancy private hospitals, and the doctors and nurses there didn't know anything about breastfeeding and breast milk banks.
Breast milk banks? They never taught us this at college.
Well, that's exactly why we decided to start a support group in our community. See, while the government is putting programs into place with the medical staff, we thought we could encourage young parents and teach them the benefits of breast milk feeding.
No, you keep on talking about breast milk feeding, not just breast milk.
Because not all mothers are able to breastfeed. So we encourage them to express milk in bottles so that it can be given to the babies during the day by its caregiver.
And the breast milk banks you spoke about?
When mothers have just had babies, we encourage them to donate milk to the breast milk bank so that it can be given to babies who need it.
Oh. Yeah. I always thought that mother's milk usually comes only 3 days after birth.
Oh, you're confusing regular breast milk with colostrum.
Yes.
Colostrum?
Colostrum. This is a very special type of milk that mothers produce within the first 3 days after childbirth. It is a very valuable and important source of nourishment for the infant. It is rich in protein, carbohydrates, and antibodies.
Yes.
Unfortunately, some people mistakenly think that colostrum is dirty milk and discard it.
And some healthcare workers uses the phrase, your milk will only come in 3 or more days, which only confuses the mothers. They don't know what to do with the colostrum the bodies produce.
And that's why we decided to start a support group. Maybe you'd like to join us this Thursday
It would be a great idea. You should come through. I think you'd love it, eh?
Thursdays.
Oh, come on, say yes, man.
and the evening.
I'm sorry, but Thursdays I'm a bit busy. Thursdays. What about the baby?
Oh, the baby. We completely forgot. He's still fast asleep though.
Okay, we have to continue with immunization.
Okay.
But first we have to weigh your baby.
Okay.
And I will prepare the syringe. I will prepare...
Syringe! Sorry I'm late. I got delayed at the supermarket. I was trying to buy something for you and the baby. Our baby.
Oh, so now it's our baby now, is it?
Well, yes. I mean, I have responsibilities towards the child.
Oh, so now the baby is no longer a problem but a responsibility. That's nice.
Well, yes. I mean, I have duties towards helping it.
It is not an it, but a baby. A baby is going to be loved and cherished by its mother.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, the baby don't have a name yet, that's all.
Well, it does have a name. Responsibility, middle name, problem.
But why are you so angry with me? I said I was sorry for blaming you for falling pregnant. I didn't mean it. I was just shocked and annoyed with you.
Shocked and annoyed with me?
Yes, annoyed with you. Baby, you knew I was writing my final exam on this day at that time and you sent me a text. Baby's in the house. Boom, I'm pregnant.
Well, you don't have to read it.
Well, of course I had to read it. Couldn't sit for the whole exam ignoring a message from you. A woman I love sends me a message before my final exam. Of course I read it. I assumed it was a message of encouragement, wishing me best of luck for my exam.
You love me?
Baby, of course I love you. I've said that every day since I first met you.
scared. My mother is furious at me, and the nurse at the clinic treated me like rubbish.
The nurse?
Yes, every time I went there, this one nurse always had attitude. Oh, look, she wants to know how to breastfeed a baby properly, but she didn't come to us to find out about contraceptives.
Oh. What did you say?
I told that old cow, when I wanted to know about contraceptives, you told me I shouldn't be sleeping around. And she said, well, you shouldn't be sleeping around. And I said, you should keep your opinion to yourself and just do your job. And she said, what do you know about my job? You're not my boss. I said, I am your boss because I pay your salary. I am a taxpayer. And she said, you don't work, so you don't pay taxes. I said, every time I buy something, I pay taxes on it. So when I buy beer and cigarettes, because that's what bad girls do, and I am a bad girl. So I am your boss. Now shut up and do your job.
I can't believe you said it.
Neither can I. I mean, I don't even smoke cigarettes or drink beer.
Oh, I don't mean that part. I mean the part when you told the nurse to shut up and do her job.
Oh, that? Well, she deserved it. Besides, I was feeling sick. She just got on my nerves.
So what did the nurse say?
She got so angry she wanted to hit me. The other nurses had to stop her.
So, who's helping you now?
The other sister, Sister Biel. She's even older. She knows so much. She's been encouraging me not to use formula milk when baby is born.
Formula milk? You know, that's what I was trying to buy from the shop before I came here. That's why I was late.
You were buying formula milk for our baby?
Well, I was going to.
That's very good of you. But I want to breastfeed our baby. Can't you get your money back if you haven't opened the tin yet?
No, I didn't buy the tins. See, I met this guy while shopping. I was trying to get some advice about which was the best formula milk to buy. And then he said, what does the tin say?
What does the tin say?
Yep, all the tin tells you the same thing. They all say that breastfeeding and breast milk is best for a child.
All of them? They tell you it's better to breastfeed your baby?
Yes, so then he asked me, why would you buy a product that tells you that another product is actually better? See?
That's a good point.
Yes, so I put the formula tins milk back and bought some nappies instead. Oh, I also bought you some chocolate. I know how much you love chocolate.
Not anymore. Ever since I've got pregnant, I cannot stand the smell of that thing.
Oh, sorry. Just now, you said, I want to breastfeed our baby.
Yes, I want to breastfeed our baby. Do you think Daddy has a problem with that?
No. Daddy wants Mommy to give our baby the best food in the whole world.
But Mommy also wants to share her breast milk with other babies.
Share your breast milk?
Yes. Sister Biela was telling me that the hospital will be starting a new breast milk bank. So they're collecting small human pasteurizer for babies who need it. So new mothers like myself can donate milk to the breast milk bank. You know, I went with her to the hospital neonatal ward. I saw those tiny little babies struggling for life. Those mothers and fathers watching anxiously. And I just thought to myself, I've messed up my education plan. My mother and father are embarrassed that I've become pregnant. I don't even have a job. And who knows when I'll ever get one. But there is something I can do that money can't buy. I can give my breast milk to those babies. I can give them life. I can give those parents hope.
No. That's why I fell in love with you. Because you have a big heart. Despite all the problems you have faced, but still think of others.
Thank you. I'm sorry about your exam.
No, it's okay. I showed my lecturer the text you sent me, and he insisted I do a rewrite. Well, apparently, all the lecturers in the department expected me to get distinctions.
That's because you are clever.
I think it's helped that my mother breastfed me.
Your mother breastfed you?
Yes, but then you can discuss that with her personally. She wants to meet you.
Your mother wants to meet me?
entire mother and father wants to meet you. They want to meet the mother of their first grandchild.
Oh, now I'm scared.
No, honey, don't be. No, my parents are very sweet and kind. See, it's my granny and aunt you have to be scared of. They want to meet a woman who caused me to fail my first exam. Jokes.
Don't joke like that. You had me worried.
Oh, help, help, help. I'm being attacked by a pregnant, crazy woman.
Nothing will stop you from a crazy pregnant woman. You are doomed.
No, but wait. I have a secret for you. Chocolate!
Oh, don't you dare open the stuff. The stuff stinks. Oh.
Run, 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 run.
That way we can get more people in the lounge without them feeling squashed. Please move the 2 dining room chairs over there for the husbands. They won't need the cushions, so you can put them over there on the couch. Right. Please get the side tables and put them over there. No, over there, next to the dining room chairs, right. Okay, honey, please get the snacks from the kitchen. People are going to be arriving soon, and I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 mothers who are starving. Wait. Oh, thanks, my lovey. It's just fine.
Thank you. Look, my love. Do you mind if I take a seat before our first ABC
sure.
for Parents classes? Otherwise known as Advanced Baby Care for Parents classes.
Yes, ABC, Advanced Baby Care for Parents. That was such a great name that you came up with, love.
Yeah, well, the creative gene does run in my family. Probably
Okay.
not the only thing that runs.
Well, we'll still have time. Let me go over my notes, huh?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Right. Hey, leave them. They're for the guests. You be one of the parents. Okay. Who can tell me what KMC stands for?
Miss,
Yes.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Darling, I said KMC, not KFC. Come on. You better put a joke to rest now before you confuse our guests, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, my love.
Right.
KMC stands for Kangaroo Mother Care.
That's right. KMC, or Kangaroo Mother Care, was introduced in 1978 by Dr. Edgar Ray Sanabria as a method to alleviate the shortage of caregivers and lack of resources. He suggested that mothers have continuous skin-to-skin contact with the low birth weight babies and give exclusive breastfeeding as needed. Yes?
Why are you telling everyone about Dr.
Edgar Ray Sanabria.
Yes, him, and Colombia, South America. They don't need to know that.
Wow. When you say kangaroo mother care, people think it's an Australian thing. So I thought it was important to let them know that it actually came from South America.
You just don't like Australia because they beat us at cricket the other day, hey?
Please, I don't watch cricket. It's so colonial.
No, of course you don't watch it. You just listen to it on your cell phone radio when you think no one else is around.
Why would I care about what anybody thinks about me following cricket?
Because you're always calling it that colonial sport. Because you don't want people to know you went to a private school.
Oh, please, whatever. Anyways, where is everybody? I did say 6 for 6:30. That way we would have half an hour to chat, have some snacks, and get to know one another.
Oh, relax, my love. I'm sure people are just running late. And now that they're about to be parents, I'm sure they have a lot of things on their mind. Remember what we used to be like?
I was such a porridge brain, losing keys, and
I'm sure he's still sleeping.
yeah, I put him down about 40 minutes ago.
Your mother will call us if he's hungry, hey?
But let's go check him in anyway. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Are you sure this is the right place?
Yes, I'm sure.
You did call, didn't you?
Yeah,
Didn't you?
I did. I spoke to the husband, I think, and these are the directions he gave me. No, I think the taxi driver dropped us off early on purpose.
He looks very smart. That man was such an idiot. All those questions and rude.
About all the smell, about how it smells, and his wife not making him any lunch. But dear, you didn't have to eat the chicken in front of him.
I did. Baby was hungry, and when baby is hungry, I am hungry. Do you want us to starve?
No, I just want to make sure that we at least take half a bucket of Kentucky chicken to the meeting.
Why are we taking a bucket of KFC to the ABC classes anyway?
Well, that's what the husband said when I phoned to find out where the classes are being held. Now, when I asked him what we learned from the ABC classes, he said they'd be teaching about nutrition, breastfeeding, and KFC. And I said, oh, KFC, must we bring our own? And he said, oh, yes, KFC is always welcome to his house. Didn't want to seem cheap, I bought a packet.
Well, I suppose it's fair. It's free anyway. I think they'll be teaching about breastfeeding. You know, Sister Biela says breastfeeding mothers should eat properly.
Yes, dear, but you can't just eat chicken. You have to eat vegetables as well.
I do eat vegetables. It's just that the other day when we went to a house for dinner, your mother poured her special sauce all over the plates, and it just made me sick.
Did you really have to get sick on my pants?
It's all happened rather too quickly. Besides, your pants can be washed.
Oh.
And your granny seems to be very understanding.
Yeah, that's because he's just jealous of my mother's soup. Stayed laughing at the dinner table, huh?
It did, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Besides, I felt good afterwards.
Yeah. No, I think these are the directions. Let's go.
I don't know why we bother. That's the 5th couple to cancel tonight. If only they knew how difficult it was getting this baby doll. Is there anybody left?
Yeah, the young man and his girlfriend I told you about. He seemed very eager on the phone.
It's all this waiting that makes me tense. I'm not the public speaker like you are. This was all your idea.
Why don't you just keep practicing, my love, hey? I'm sure they'll turn up. He seemed very polite on the phone.
Okay then. You stand over there with the baby doll, please.
All right.
Unbutton your shirts.
Huh?
Unbutton your shirts.
Look, my love, it's just a doll. I'm tired. We can make
Oh,
it.
very well then. Okay, fine. Right. KMC, or Kangaroo Mother Care, consists of 3 components. Exclusive breastfeeding, support for mother and baby, and continuous skin-to-skin contact. Some of its benefits are better brain development, less crying, and more settled sleep.
Oh, sleep. Remember how little one used to sleep on my chest?
Yes, he was all snuggled up on your chest, and you on your back snoring away.
And you couldn't throw a pillow at me to stop us, hey?
You're lucky your little one saved you.
You know, I remember the first time you fed him, right after childbirth. He was like a little ninja doing his breast crawl towards your breasts.
It had only been half an hour after I'd given birth. The nurses wiped him dry and put him on my chest.
And then my boy decided he was hungry. And so he started to crawl towards those massive mountains where he could smell milk and life and food. Undeterred by the challenge that lay ahead, my boy started to inch his way forward.
Stop it, you're being silly.
Until finally, touchdown! Houston, we have a touchdown.
You're crazy, you know that. Babe, honey. Sorry, the brochure says this is where the ABC classes are being held.
Yes, no, you've come to the right place. We were just practicing the baby crawl.
Actually,
Yeah.
we were just messing around. We didn't think that anyone was coming. Please, have a seat.
Here, the KFC you asked for.
Oh, I think there might have been a misunderstanding.
And I think I know whose fault that is. We are doing KMC training, not KFC. Kangaroo Mother Care.
KMC, I think I've heard that. Is it not something from Australia?
No, it has nothing to do with Australians. It merely describes how the newborn baby is held close to the mother, like a kangaroo.
Oh,
Like a kangaroo.
Like a kangaroo. Oh.
And the father. Kangaroo caring is essential for both the father and the mother, both parents actually, and the kids. It's
Really?
essential in decreasing their stress levels. Yeah, amongst other things, which my wife would explain beautifully for you.
I'm sorry. All this walking and talking has got me hungry again. Does anyone want some chicken?
No, it's okay, my love. You can have all the chicken you want. I mean, we don't want the baby to go hungry, eh? Anyone would like to have some chicken?
What a thoughtful young man you have there. Oh, make a good father. There we
Thank
go,
you.
Hadi.
You know, maybe this is where KFC comes into things. Kangaroo Father King. KFC. Kangaroo Father King.
K, yeah,
Yeah,
very nice. You see, you can get it. You can get it with the K. See,